Market Buzz. I don't know if I have to say it twice, so I'm just going to say it twice because sometimes it takes a little bit of lag. So welcome to another episode of Market Buzz, just in case you missed it. We are going live. In today's episodes, we're going to be talking about the Fed, what happened between Trump and Powell and their feuds. We're going to call it the Fed feud, the FF. But yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about bank earnings. We just got some results even today. We had some inflation data that was interesting, and producer price index data for November, which ended up being a nothing burger. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum, which have been roaring in 2026. And last but not least, a little bit of gold and silver. So let's get it. Let's get the show on the road. The S&P 500 year today is 1.43%. The NASDAQ is 1.44%. So barely moving. Bitcoin up 10%. Ethereum up 13%. Gold is up 6.5%. Silver 28.72%. Oil 5%, and the VIX is 1.92%. And Market Buzz is sitting at an average return. Thank you, Mimi, at 5% on the year, which we'll take it. We'll take it. So it's been a very interesting start of the year. But first things first, I wanna get sort of like an overview of what's happening with the Fed. Me and Dimitris had a long take on this, but we're just going to give you a little summary so you understand. So Dimitris, take the show.
Hello, everyone. Let's start with the bank earnings because they always start. The earnings season starts with the banks, and we got J.P. Morgan and Bank of America the other day, and it was mixed, and the headline wasn't positive, but you have to look a bit deeper. You have to see the Citigroup Russia exit. You have to see the J.P. Morgan charge on the Apple Card. So, in my view, the bank's earnings are quite good actually, and all the CEOs pointed to a resilient consumer. So as long as the consumer is solid, then we are good. I haven't got the chance to see Goldman Sachs earnings just yet because they reported like a few minutes ago, but the EPS came strong. The revenue, like you said, we have to look what's the issue right there. But in my view, so far so good. As for the Fed, and I think all of us woke up Monday morning and we saw that clip from Jay Powell. I thought it was a deep fake for a moment. I'm like, what is he doing, like talking by himself? The probe that the Department of Justice started against him, and what the market thinks about it. It's a nothing burger, really. I don't think nobody wants to put him in jail, but what Trump wants to do with him is to get rid of him. People are wondering why. Why now? He's leaving in 3 months, in 6 months. Why bother? I will tell you why bother, because after Jay Powell leaves as a chairman of the Fed, he remains on the board and still gets to vote. So Trump wants him out of the way to get his guy in and then get another guy, so he's going to get 2 votes. So if he wants to get his agenda up and running, he needs a couple of more votes in the Fed. So the rate cuts will be as low as possible by the midterms into a red hot economy, so he can campaign on that and perhaps win the midterms and then continue for the next 2 years with complete control of the 3 branches of the government. Not the 3, the 2, the other one is the Supreme Court. 2 branches of the government, so he can advance his agenda. That's the political game behind it. As far as geopolitics, we read the news in Iran. I think that part of the world, I think the market could worry about a bit because we can get into a real mess if something goes wrong. A miscalculation can cost us. It's not like the Venezuela. I think Venezuela it's nothing really they can do. But Iran and its allies, they have some juice if they want to fight back. So we're going to see how he's going to handle right there. But overall, for the beginning of the year, like 2 weeks into the year, so far so good.
I mean, yeah, it just feels like we're bullish. Even TSMC had earnings today, and they were fantastic, right? We're beating expectations. Market liked the results. TSMC up on the day, and it's lifting the whole semiconductor sector. So the AI even continues to boom. Now, the big story right now is Bitcoin, Ethereum finding finally some momentum. Mimi, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, look, it's been so far a somewhat green start to the year for Bitcoin, Ethereum. I would like to say crypto, but or altcoins at the moment are just kind of, plateauing, and so I think it's great. It's a great sign, but nothing has really changed for me. It's great to see Bitcoin pass 94K battle zone that we've been talking about for so long now. I think it was like the fourth attempt at that zone. So let me just look right at this very moment to answer when alt season, not now, because we're just not in the environment for it. In terms of how the crypto market as a whole will perform, it's a Bitcoin led season still. It's Bitcoin led, and on a higher time frame, on a macro level, Bitcoin is still on a downtrend. And so the very first step was to get over that 94K. And so I know everyone's got their own different TAs. I follow liquidity. I follow market maker moves. And so I've just been thinking today, what is the next move? And so at the moment, I think Bitcoin is still has more room to go up in terms of this relief rally. I'm still calling it a relief rally until it reclaims certain levels, like let's just say 110,000, 112,000. Then we could consider that the structure is changing. But at the moment, we're still on a downtrend. We still need to be cautious. It's a great start, but I think short term, possibly, this is how it could play out. We could see Bitcoin attempt 100,000 because it's a psychological level. At that point, similar to the 120K level, when a lot of people thought that could have been a great time to short, we could see a lot of traders try and do that because it is a psychological level. To see the 100,000 people try to short, it keeps going. Then, bears get wrecked. It will keep going, people keep trying, and then it will probably hit a certain point. At the moment, I'm estimating 103,000 to 107,000, not guaranteed, but there's just so much liquidity there. So I think at the moment, there's still a room to go up. I am very aware of liquidity below price, below 90,000, around the 88K, 86,000, 88K. I'm not saying that price will go down there, but it's just something to be aware of. So for me, my process is I look at the charts first. What is the path? What is the possibility? Obviously, historical data as well and patterns. Then you line it up with macro. What's coming up? What's happening data-wise? Employment, rates, geopolitics. See how that all lines up. Sometimes people ask me, why did Bitcoin run? And I just say, because it was due. Or people say, why did it fall? I'm like, because it was also due. But it also needs to line up with macro data and certain events. Not always, but I'd say generally, yes.
Okay. All right. So you're pretty much bullish, at least for the short term.
For the short term, yes. I'm remaining cautious. Yeah.
And what are your do you have any thoughts on Ethereum? Or maybe you want to leave it to Timothy?
Ethereum looks strong. Ethereum is going to it likely might outperform. Again, I'm still in that camp that even if, I wouldn't say camp, it's my view, that if Bitcoin prints a lower high, Ethereum potentially could reach an all-time high. Potentially, not financial advice. It's definitely the stronger one out of all the altcoins. It's doing well. But again, I am also aware of the liquidity sitting below the 3,000 level. There's a lot between 26,000 to 2,600 and 2,800. I'm aware of that at the moment. See what Bitcoin does, Ethereum reacts, and all the other altcoins tend to follow. But Ethereum's doing well, strong. I'm not accumulating right now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're holding whatever positions you
I'm
have.
holding.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Timothy.
Wait.
You want to talk about Monero, I'm guessing?
I was gonna ask Mimi, did you see Monero?
Yes, because
about Monero?
I traded that. I just took profit this morning, actually. What's the story with Monero? I think the story with Monero and possibly Dash, because Dash has been running as well. Dash is also a part of that privacy play. Zcash hasn't been doing well. There's been talk of, and I think it's actually fact, but fact check it, that a lot of the teams kind of falling apart. A lot of the developers have left. I don't know exactly why, but there's obviously a lot of drama right now with Zcash. Hence why, people have moved to Dash and Monero. The privacy narrative isn't just a trend. To me, I think it's going to be a long-term type of narrative, because of the institutions and governments now investing and have their hand in the crypto pie.
Okay. Very good. Okay, Timothy, tell me. Gold and silver. I think I'm the only investor in silver that lost money last year. Yeah, I bought the peaks and sold at the bottom, and then we had this massive rally. It's up 25% on the year, and I'm feeling like I want to buy. I'm getting FOMO here, right? Now, I wouldn't do that to you guys, because I'm staying away. I've learned my lesson. But
Please
what are your
don't
thoughts
touch it.
here? Yeah, no, I won't. I can't do that. You know what I mean? I can't do
You're
that.
like the Jim Cramer of our
That's what I was
Of
gonna
commodities. Yeah. You give me commodities and it's over. It's over. Even the trade that
No.
I'm going to talk today about what's on my desk, I'm going to be,
No, but you said it. If you don't understand it, don't trade it, because it's something you don't really investigate. You're more into stocks and understanding why the business is working out. And with commodities, it's all about following trend and trading. So that's how I've been playing the silver trade. I have to say I took some profits. I think it was around 70, so now it's almost 100. But you have to take some profits when there is strength. You're not gonna buy when everyone is watching it. So you always want to buy low. I think we bought some live on the stream around 40, and now it's almost a double. So for me, that's a decent win for my trade. Similar to gold, I took some profits. You could say, why not put the silver profits into gold? Because gold is still looking very strong. Well, I'm just here to buy where there is a sell-off, and right now I'm seeing other opportunities than the metals. But the markets can be unrealistic for a long time. So I'm not saying here the market is stopped for commodities, but yeah, it's flashing some warning signs. So of course, you can do trend following when it bounces off some moving averages of support. You can buy the dip, but once the trend changes, it can go pretty fast, because we're seeing a parabolic move in commodities. And have you ever seen a parabolic move in any asset class and it continued higher? Don't think so. Everything crashes, and it's usually not just 20%, it's 40, 50, 60%. So you have to put those stop losses in place and avoid getting caught. So short term, anything is possible, still bullish. Longer term, I think if we look 1 year forward, we will see a multi-month correction in commodities, and that will be the time when everyone is fearful again to be stacking.
Okay. All right. So you're going to tell me when is the time that I should be buying. So if you want to buy cheaper, just let me know. I'll buy it for you. I'll get it ready.
We'll talk about it in the stream. So everybody has to join the stream, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Of course. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Make sure to check out the subscription down below. You check out our portfolios and the ideas, because sometimes we get it right, sometimes we get it wrong, and that's part of the game, But yeah, silver has been, that devil in my shoulder. But yeah. Okay, Timothy, now that I have you here, your pick for today, or at least what you're paying attention to, is Pepsi, right? So what are your thoughts on that? Why are you paying attention to it right now?
So I don't know if you noticed, but first of all, I've been saying Pepsi since the year started.
Yeah.
That was on my desk from last year, end of last year. And what we see since the beginning of 2026, that consumer staples like Pepsi have outperformed the stock market, the SPX, by a wide margin. So it's up around 4% for staples this year, meaning that you're seeing rotation going into some more defensive stocks out of the technologies, out of the software. Um, for PepsiCo, I'm not sure if it's up year to date, but I'm talking XLP,
I
so
think you might
consumer
be.
staples.
I think you might be. I think you
Yeah,
are.
it's not a
Am I
whole
the
lot.
only one losing money on my picks? Wow. This is not going to be my year. This is a great start of the year. Holy, but continue.
The,
Sorry, Timothy.
the XLP, so the consumer staples ETF, is up 4% for this year. And whenever the first week or the first 2 weeks of staples are this strong, it usually continues for the next months. So I bet that this is just the beginning of the trend, and we'll see higher prices by the end of the year. So that's my bet for consumer staples.
Man, that's a pretty decent move.
Yeah.
Okay. I know now we're gonna go into Mimi's pick. So Mimi right now has she was talking to me about Bloom Energy, and I want to get her thoughts on this.
Yes. So Bloom Energy was something that I became aware of more so end of last year, and because I've been looking at like the AI play. You know, there's so many sections, areas you can invest in terms of the AI play. So Bloom Energy is like an energy solutions company. They provide electricity. They create these like power energy cells that provide electricity to companies or data centers using natural gas. They extract it from natural gas, generate it from natural gas, and bioenergy, was it like biocell? Biogases, sorry. So like yeah, so it's a cleaner alternative to energy, and they've recently partnered with a few companies, landed a few $1 billion deals. So that's why they've done so well lately, and that's my long-term play. I'll continue to invest in them.
Yeah, it's done great since the start
Yeah.
of the year. I mean, and the question is will it continue to rally here? I mean, energy, like if we believe the AI story, energy is front and center of that story, right? Obviously, these companies have like long-term contracts, but we are expecting them to continue to have. So visibility apparently is till 2028, which usually in the energy sector is not so clear. So it's interesting. It's a very interesting place. Something definitely I have on my watch list. It does feel sort of like it's gone a lot. The question will be like, will it continue? And I think earnings will dictate, right? If we continue to see the CapEx, AI boom, and all that stuff. All right.
Yeah.
So my pick is a little bit related to yours, and it has to do with natural gas, right? Now, natural gas is just taking a massive hit. According to sources, is because the winter is not as cold. We have seen the big players already buy whatever stores they need, and we're seeing that come down. It's been an interesting sort of last couple of weeks when the Venezuelan news came out. This natural gas did take a little bit of a hit too. Oil did as well. But we saw that come back when the Iran tensions, that also increased the price of oil, But nat gas has been lagging behind. And I just think that in the next couple of, weeks, we potentially see a rebound. So something that I'm trading on is called Boil. And this is like for the not faint of heart. I would suggest not to trade this to the whole audience. But again, it's what's on my desk. So I'm going to share it. It's Boil. And it's an ETF. It's a 2x natural gas. It's a 2x natural gas trade, which is pretty crazy, But again, it's something I don't fully understand. I'm just like, I have a thesis and I'm seeing if that thesis plays out. And so far, I'm losing money on it. You know what I mean? So this year is just great.
Is there anything on your desk that's not high risk? I mean, coming from me, I'm crypto, but
the thing is like right now, this is what I'm paying attention to. Like all of that research is based on like the oil and gas trade with the episode we did with my dad. And I've been continuing to just look at the oil trade and see how that pans out. Like Exxon is looking really nice too. They just broke a trend line. I think Timothy gave us the signal the other day. So it's like I'm looking at how to diversify within the energy sector, but not the energy sector, and to see what's punished from last year, right? And oil is one of the commodities that's really punished, right? I think we're historically low compared to old prices. So something I'm paying attention to. Dimitris, what's on your desk? I know that it's the pillow you have on your side.
Right there. So eToro was on my desk. It's only because that was my first trade for the year. I bought more of it 2 days ago. And eToro, if you can see from the chart, it's been like a downtrend since it went public, right?
Yeah.
And I did not buy on the IPO. I bought like a bit after, I think like late summer. And then in end of October, we got together at the apartment and we were just discussing it. And then I increased my position around the 36, 37, $36 point. And the other day, we say not to try to pick bottoms and tops and all that. But I was looking just one stock, eToro. I was looking one stock at like everything else I'm not buying. I don't need anything else. I just needed this. Like it's either I'm buying this or I'm not buying anything. And someone left a comment on our friend Toby on eToro the other day, asking him, "How dare you buying eToro? How dare you?" And I don't know. That's usually an indicator that we are nearing the bottom. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was going to buy anyway. And then I bought I think the next day around the $31, around the $31. Okay. So jokes aside, the valuation looks decent, very decent actually. I think this is the bottom, or we are near the bottom. So if I miss it by 5, 6, 7%, I'm not going to cry about it. I don't care about these things. But once this thing reverses, then it's going to reverse big time. We read the news the other day that eToro is laying off 100 people globally.
Yeah.
So management is seeing this and they're doing something about it, which is always a positive sign instead of just sitting there. But yeah, following the IPO, usually, if you see Robinhood, it went through a similar thing a couple of years back. And
every IPO goes through this phase where it pumps, then it dumps, and you know what Warren Buffett says? IPO means it's probably overvalued. So you always have to wait when the IPO price goes lower than the beginning, and wait a few months.
Yeah,
it could have been a lot worse. Have you seen the Weibo?
In this case, I think the opening was 58.
Yeah.
So we are like 50% down from the IPO.
No, open price was sitting 67, according to my charts. I could be wrong.
No. The price they said before the opening was 58, but opened at 67.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like 50% discount.
Yeah. Have you and this chart is holding better than have you looked at Weibo? This was this was just
Oh.
It's crazy. So it's there are other brokers that just it's super interesting. But yeah, continue.
But yeah, so we're aware of the volatile nature of this stock, and you have to be careful with your position sizing.
It's back. Yeah.
So yeah, with that in mind, I think now it should be like 3% of the portfolio, something like that. And if it goes further down, I'm gonna buy more.
It's interesting because the question is, at what price does it become an acquisition target, right? Like when does Robinhood say, hey, how about we just raise a little bit of capital and pull the trigger on that? They have copy trading already. We can just incorporate it within our trading strategy. It's sitting at what? Enterprise value of 1.4 billion, market cap of 2.6 billion. What's Robinhood sitting at right now? Like, this is a question that I've been having, and it's just like, what if they just say, let's buy it? I mean, Robinhood is worth what? 100 times more, like 50 times more?
Yeah.
And their book value is not that much different. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's my pick, and this is what I have in mind. And once if I get a chance, I'm gonna buy a little bit more, and then I'm gonna be okay with it. I'm not.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go into the rumor section of the episode. So take everything we say with 2 kilos of salt. Everything else, just 1 kilo. That's it. But here we're going into an interesting chart that me and Dimitris talked about. If you guys watched the episode, you would know what it is. You know, we found the causation for the moves of Bitcoin. And like, you know, like we all do all this technical analysis and demand supply, Satoshi Nakamoto, who is this, but who cares? Nobody cares. You know what I mean? Because of this one chart that we have to take into consideration. And it's such a strong indicator.
Strong indicator, yeah.
Yeah. And we have it right here. You heard it here first. So don't forget, every time the Mike Rib goes live in the United States, it's time to buy Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. We got them.
Awesome.
You know? So this one, we were talking about this, and it's been sort of crazy. This was pretty nuts. This was pretty crazy to kind of believe. Obviously, correlation is not causation, but this was super interesting, right? This was super interesting. Apparently, like the upside is almost like 50% every time, minimum. So it's like we are expecting a 50% raise at some point here.
I think it's 2x every time.
It's 2x? I don't know. Okay,
yes.
So it's 2x. Yes. So Bitcoin at 140.
And they announced its return. It's coming soon in the next few weeks, but we don't have a date yet. So it's coming like in the next 2, 3, like a month. They announce its return. So, and yeah.
And 2026 proves to be right. And we're just getting started.
So who knows? It's Bitcoin that outperforms in 2026. And Mimi, you didn't choose a crypto.
I was so surprised. The thing was, like, I kind of pulled the trigger.
You didn't pick a crypto.
I kind of pulled the trigger on everybody. So it's on me a bit.
You would think that I was caught off guard. But I mean, I would love to say super cycle, right? But if I say it,
it won't happen.
Yeah, if I say it, I'm not saying it. I'm just not. I feel like if I say alt season, then you know it's not going to happen either. So I'm not. That's why I didn't pick. But yeah. What do you?
So
think?
Go. Go. So this is our top picks for the year. This was our predictions at the start in the first episode of Market Bots this year. This was our predictions. Me with First Solar to the moon, baby. But the moon is on the other side because it's sunny here. It's just, Pepsi. It's super interesting. It's been super interesting. So right now, I won for like a second, and then I did it. But yeah, it was. Our picks was First Solar for me. Dimitris was Novo Nordisk. Mimi was Google, and Timothy was Pepsi, right? And then we're seeing Novo Nordisk with a 10% return on the year, Google with a 7% return on the year, Pepsi with a 2%, finally up. So you are up on the year, Timothy, which is nice. And me with a negative 13%. You know, I wanted to go risky. I was like, I need to win. And I felt so confident they won. Oh, so confident. And Jeffries had other plans. And then we got a downgrade. Next thing we know, bam.
But then it might mean, because your picks are so volatile, it means that you probably end up the winner.
That's the thing. So it's like I'm expecting this to bounce in the earnings. We'll see what happens. Again,
we're only into two weeks of the year, so
correct.
Let's keep it on our watch list.
Yeah.
Nestor can be 200% by the year end or 50% down. It's like
it's either go big or go home. Yes. Go big or go home. Yeah. You know, like second place is only the first loser. You know what I mean? It's like I'm like, okay, we're going in here. So this is gonna be super interesting. But yeah, if you have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the chat. We're more than happy to answer you. We're gonna be here for like a couple of more seconds. I know, Timothy, you have to go. So should I put you in the background?
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Right. See you next time.
Thanks so much, everybody. Anything else you want to say now?
Love ya.
What are you thankful for?
AI.
Bye.
All right. All right. Peace,
All
peace.
right. Let's get into the comments a little bit.
Yeah. We have a little bit of the comments,
Yeah.
like, Graham said eToro is down 9 to 10% this year.
Yes.
And I'm super surprised because there's been no real news other than, it's been kind of, it's caught me off guard, that down move. I just don't understand. I think they got a downgrade. I think that was
the
it.
downgrade was on Monday.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not a big believer in the downgrades, the upgrades, unless they are from Goldman, right? Like the rest of them is just like nonsense. People trying to force the price down so they can buy like cheaper. I mean, that's what it is essentially. But other than that, there is no real reason for the stock to be this further down such a short period of time.
Yeah, I'll definitely be adding more. I will be adding more. I just saw somebody say dead cat bounce. I'm assuming they were
On
referring
Bitcoin.
to
Yeah, that was the Bitcoin. That was during the Bitcoin segment.
Yeah.
That
I
bounce
think
with a question mark. So they're
Yes.
asking you.
so. I think the ultimate question, and this is something I talk to my community daily about, like where is Bitcoin actually heading? Are we back? I think the ultimate question, like, are we back? And at this very moment, in short, no. I wouldn't be longing this. I wouldn't be buying right now. There's just so many. I always say battles when there's so many key zones that it needs to go through. It needs to reclaim. And I just think on a psychological level, if we just put charts aside, obviously we need to focus on price, but so on a psychological level, I'm always thinking, what are market makers going to do? And are retail FOMOing in? And I don't think just yet, the excitement isn't there. I just don't think at this very moment. I see a lot of excitement on X, on social media. I'm seeing some ads come through on social media as well. And so until it's flooding in, then I would be really cautious. So for now, I think that we're still okay. We're okay. But are we back? No, some things still need to play out the cycle. There needs to be validation. Is this still a continued bear trend, or is this the super cycle that everybody has been talking about as well? So in short, no. I'm just holding. I'm just sitting there.
I'm in an interesting camp because it's like we did reach the 120, 130. Like I think what was the peak? 120?
126.
126, right? And it was like I don't know, like if you're looking to buy long term, right? It looks really appealing, right? Could it go lower 100%? But you just like sort of dollar cost average into the asset, and then you kind of take that risk away. That's what I've been doing, at least like for a little while. And then I don't know, like we have the tax returns coming in. Retail's going to get a little bit of money. Could we see it go into alts, go into Bitcoin? Maybe, right? Like I'm still not fully 100% sure I agree with you, but like I don't mind the current price, right? Like even if it's just a little bit, just to get a little bit of price action here.
Of course, yeah. Of course. I still think that if you bigger picture, this is potentially the last year where you can buy Bitcoin under 100,000. Ethereum under 3,000, as above 3,000 right now, but under 4,000 then, but it depends. Are you a trader or are you an investor? That's two different mindsets. I'm DCAing. I'm buying Bitcoin, of course, but not right at this very moment, because I do see a little further downside. Are you a trader? As a trader, I'm not doing anything. As an investor, I'm looking to add positions for sure. Ethereum, Ripple, like a lot of the blue chips, Cardano, HBAR, Curve, like Link. So for sure, this year I'm stacking. I'm accumulating as much as I can.
Nice. No, that's I started buying. It's like even I bought expensive. I bought a 110, a 100, a 90, an 80.
Still under $1 million.
Yeah, right. So it's like if I'm hoping that it gets there, or I'm expecting, or my analysis tells me that that's a potential, then what? Right. Now, if I'm holding for tomorrow, I don't know what the price is going to tomorrow, right? So you're right in this case. Like before you buy anything, you have to know, is this a trade or is this an investment?
Exactly.
And they're very different things. Very different things. Anything else you guys want to discuss, talk about?
Someone said, "Are we expecting Powell to join?" Everyone's so
fancy.
fancy today. Are we not always fancy?
Yeah. Pure class. Pure
Demetra
class.
said, I'm offended. What do you mean?
He's talking about my sweater. It's usually the gym shirt only.
Yeah, hello to the guys that always watch us. Graham, my friend from the gym, Zach. Hello to Zach.
Dragos is back. He took a hiatus.
Yeah, let me see the comment. He
said
something. I want something to.
You know which one he talked to me about? Apparently, so SanDisk. He talked to me about SanDisk, and he mentioned it in the podcast. Like he mentioned in the chat one day, and this company has gone parabolic. Yeah. And we had a chance to buy, and we did. So this is the value of the community. You know what I mean? Like this is the nice thing about the community. That's why we want to get. By the way, I'm going to advertise the Discord. If you're watching this and you like are a full-time investor trader and want to have discussions off the podcast, I've just opened a link to invite 25 people to the Discord just to try out and see how we can improve it, make it better, all that stuff. I'm going to put it in the description. So if you made it this far, you're an OG. So thank you. Mm-hmm. And then, you'll get that. I'm going to start advertising at the end for like the next couple of weeks until we touch the 25 people, because I want to start growing it. So I've made some changes.
Yeah.
So I have to see how that works out. But yeah.
And we also have discussions before market opens generally.
Correct. Like, look at this. Yeah.
How about oil yesterday? It went into the 60s.
And then it went back down because Iran. We're expecting an Iran strike, right? Oh, let me share. Oh, I didn't share the chart. My bad. I've been looking at the chart the whole time without sharing it. Let me show you SanDisk real quick. September, it was at $55. It's sitting at around 404. And it has potential to continue to run, which is insane. If this doesn't tell you that the AI rally is still alive, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Insane.
Yeah, but even though look in the chart, even though if you bought exactly where he told us, you had to have some stomach to hold it for a little bit, like some patience.
Oh yeah.
This is not so. Yeah. So that chart shows that some patience is needed.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make it big.
It's the truth. Yeah, it's the truth,
Cup and handle forming, Nestor.
Right? This was a cup and handle wherever you put one. Like facts.
Handle needs to form. I
know. Yeah. But it did. Look at here. This November to December, we saw the correction, and then we saw bam.
Yeah.
Insane. So yeah, that was crazy. And then oil. Let's have a look at the oil moves here, because this is a rumor side. Yeah, now it's down. It took a massive hit. So we did break the 60s, but we're just back down from it. Right? But there was volume starting to pile here, because Iran, like every time there's geopolitical fears around that area, oil likes to pump, right? The thing is just like, I just don't, like, again, Iran is not Venezuela. They do have like potential for nuclear capabilities. We don't know how further in development they are, but that is a very strong possibility.
Yeah, but at the same time, the geopolitical game Trump is playing, in my opinion, is he knows that 90% of Iran's oil goes to China.
Yeah.
And if he's trying to make a bold move and come to the table with Iran, because I think he prefers to be in good terms with Iran, like in really good terms, like to have a democratic government instead of going in war with them. I think he prefers to be in good terms with them and get. I think support is coming from what's the guy's name? The son of the Shah. I don't know how to pronounce it. The ex.
You're in the deep end. You're in the deep end.
I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name. So it was the head of the government before the revolution in the 70s. And the guy was exiled, and then his son now. Okay, forget it. I don't want to get into it and start talking nonsense because I don't know the guy's name.
Mohammed Reza Pahlavi. His father Rasa, the Reza saw, and he succeeded his father.
Yes.
Yeah, so Mohammed Reza Pahlavi. I don't know. That's deep end. Yo, we had a comment here. We'll take this comment here. Well, there we go. Here, Adobe took a massive hit, and then I want to buy
happening
more.
with Adobe? Yeah.
It just keeps like it's within this range right now, and it's trying to break, but it's just they won't let it because they're just scared of AI. And I think they just put Nano Banana in the program too, so it's like I just think that's the play for Adobe right now. They're gonna end up being like the Google Store or the Apple Store for AI products in their suites. Right? Again, software has just taken a hit. This whole software has taken a hit. So not much can be done. But right now we're finding maybe we see now that we're starting to go into earnings, we'll see what happens here. But yeah, Lam Research is up. Dang.
Nvidia, Amazon, Google.
Yeah, I mean that this was the TSM results, right?
AMD.
There was AMD up. The whole sector is going to go. Tech's going to go up today.
Yeah.
Just
Walmart
cooling
is
the
down.
markets.
Walmart is down.
That's all that matters.
Oh,
Bitcoin will do well. If it's not, what's today? Today's Thursday. Did we have unemployment rate or unemployment claims or something like that? I think
That was last week. It dropped by 0.1%, the unemployment rate.
So today we have initial jobless claims, and it's actually lower than expected at 130. And then we had U.S. import prices came in hotter than expected. Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Are the numbers cooked?
We don't know at this point. Yeah, freaking Morrow. Fucking Morrow. It's up. Fucking up. It's up.
Up how much? I mean, I'm down.
We're down. No, Mimi. We're down from where we bought.
Where we, yeah, you say buy, I say how high. So
I know. Like I believe in it, but like it's like again, the data center story and the Bitcoin story have to rally. But hey, I bought some call options. Like I kept buying because you just keep buying. Like you just gotta keep buying this name, and then it's like from 9 to 11, which is like a massive gain. But the company has like borrowed money. Like it has like they've done the things right, but the market doesn't reward them. It's like 30% up. Yay.
The judge on the decision for the tariffs is keep getting delayed.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the longer they take, I think it goes towards against Trump, in my opinion.
I think they're going to take them off. I don't think that they want to give him that power. He's going to try to use it somewhere else, but this willy-nilly taking on and off, like this is not the American way.
It was the American way at the beginning of the 20th century.
And then we had the massive crash.
Yeah, that was 3 decades later.
Yeah, no. But that's how long it takes. Just I'll find some data to support my thesis.
We don't have a date for the decision. Every day we just get in. It's gonna be tomorrow or so we don't know.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, everybody, thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate you. We had a comment from Graham. MP. What's MP?
What's
MP is MP Materials. So mining and stuff is up on the year. Okay, 39% of the year this so far. So
yeah, the mining is good. The
mining materials, like rare earths is going to be a play in 2026. That's for sure. So Yeah. Thanks so much, everybody. We really appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the comments. We really appreciate you guys being here. Graham, Dragos, L, Zach, Toby, MVPs. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. See you in the next one. Every Thursday at 1:30 or 1 hour before US Open. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Peace. I didn't pull the Samsung. Toby, this is for you. I didn't pull the Samsung chart because I don't have access to the Samsung chart because it's not an American company. So next one, I will pull it, but I know it's doing really well.